And I thank the brothers at TROID. May Allah strengthen them and reward them for all of their good efforts and increase them in their good deeds in the Mizan and Yawm al-Qiyamah, for their sincerity and their efforts in spreading the da'wah of Salafiyah, not only in the city of Toronto but around their world through their website and their publications. And I ask the brothers and sisters that you should aid and support the brothers at the centre at TROID, so that they themselves can have, so the Salafis of this city can have a markaz of their own to spread and defend the sunnah of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Because by Allah, ikhwan wa akhawat, my brothers and my sisters, by Allah the people of sunnah are few. Rather they were few in the time of Sufyan al-Thawri, who died in the year 161 after the Hijrah. When someone came to him and they said, and he was talking to them, he said to them, when you meet a person in the east, then make dua for him and send my salam upon him. And if you see a person in the west, then make dua for him and send my salam upon him. For verily the people of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah are few in number. And that was in the second generation. And the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam informed us that there is not a time except that the time that which comes after it is worse than the time that came before it. So we are living in a time of tribulation and calamity. So the brothers in this city, with the little resources that they have, and the little tools that they have at their disposal.
Brothers and sisters of the community of TROID, Masjid al-Furqan in the city of Toronto, Ontario. And so I say the following statement in support of this noble community, which I have been involved with for about 2 decades. I say, seeking the assistance of Allah Ta'ala, I remain committed in my support of TROID in Toronto, Canada, as they are upon the upright Salafi creed and methodology, meaning the book and the Sunnah upon the understanding and application of the companions and the early Imams of Islam.
When a servant dies, all of his actions are cut off except from 3. And one of those, sadaqah jariyah, the ongoing charity. Ongoing charity meaning once you give that charity to the mosque, for example, even after you die, that carpet, those walls, they will remain. That masjid will remain. That building will remain. What you've contributed towards, what you've given the charity towards, the renovation of a masjid, the building of a masjid, that will remain. Muslims will continue to come and use it. Your own children and their children will continue to come and use it. And it was funded, or originally you aided in that building, in that renovation, in that masjid, then the reward continues for you.
With the little help that they get, that they try to spread the Sunnah and Salafiyah. So it is upon all of us, not only the people of Toronto, but also the people of England and the people of Europe and the people of the United States of America, to aid each other upon ta'awun, upon making ta'awun, upon bir and taqwa, upon righteousness and piety. We cooperate with each other. And this cooperation is not just in lip service, like for example saying how good the brothers in TROID are, but rather it is cooperation in your wealth and yourselves, that you take part in their lectures and their seminars, and you give from your wealth that which you are able to give. And don't be stingy, and don't be tight-fisted. Don't put locks upon your pockets and put padlocks upon your wallet and hide your money away. Because when you are buried in your grave, your money is not going to benefit you. That money which you have tied up, and that money which you believe is going to bring you some benefit, will not bring you any benefit unless you use it in a manner which was wise, in a manner which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had legislated.
They have a solid record of ongoing efforts of cooperation in support of the scholars and their students throughout many trials endured over the past 2 decades. They facilitate regular educational seminars, weekend workshops, and visits from the well-known and respected English-speaking students of knowledge and callers. They seek my advice regularly in important matters related to the dawah and to their community. They've hosted me personally over the years, really too many times to keep track of, and each and every time I noticed a remarkable level of cooperation and organization among them. These efforts have led to some of my best experiences in dawah in the West. The entire TROID community has truly excelled to maximize the benefits of my visits.
That's the sadaqah jariyah, the reward it will continue for you. So whomsoever is able to donate towards a masjid, it is definitely from the greatest of the rewards, the greatest of the acts, that a person aids in the building of a mosque. And we know many other narrations regarding the building of a masjid, or indeed the renovation or refurbishment of a masjid, the houses of Allah. These are deeds that will benefit you now and they'll benefit you in the afterlife. Deeds that will continue to gain you reward even after you die.
Given the path of Allah, for every single article that the brothers put on their website, and you aided them in it financially. Any book that they publish, and you aided them in it financially. And any type of good action that they do. Every masjid that they establish, or even a single masjid they establish in the city of Toronto, and you aided in giving towards that masjid financially, then every person that prays in the masjid, you will get part of the reward for it. Every sajda that hits the carpet, you will get a reward for it. Every drop of water that the people make wudu from, you will get a reward for it. For you were an individual who helped in the establishment of the masjid. Do you not know the hadith upon the authority of Uthman radiallahu anhu, that he said, whoever establishes a house for Allah in this earth, Allah will make for him a house in Jannah City. You need a markaz, you need a masjid, you've got children. They need to be taught Quran. They need to be taught how to pray. They need to have companionship. Every evening you need to send your children to the masjid. And you need to come to the masjid to build brotherhood. So your children are growing up with other Salafi children. And you are keeping companionship with other Salafis. And at the moment you don't have a place like this. So you need to get hold of one. So spend from your wealth, my brothers and sisters, and I encourage you to spend, and I encourage you to dig deep into your pockets and give from your wealth. Every single month. Set up a standing order, as we call it, I don't know what you call it here, or a direct debit. So the money leaves your account and goes straight into the account of TROID. After you have given, don't ask. Your reward is with Allah. Don't ask. You're not like those people who say that the more I give, the more say I want. No, this is not the way. This is not the way. Rather you give for the sake of Allah, knowing that these brothers are spreading the sunnah. So give and don't ask. If you have any advice to give, then give the nasiha. Give the nasiha. The brothers won't turn down your nasiha. They will listen to you. And if it is good nasiha, they will take it on board. If it is something that they can't implement right now, they'll tell you. So aid them. Don't turn your backs upon them. Don't listen to the Hizbis. Don't listen to the Sururis. Don't listen to those people who have been striving for years to destroy what these brothers have built. Don't listen to them. They have no worth. I've seen enough fakes in my life to recognize fakes and pretenders. And by Allah, I truly believe that these brothers are not pretenders. And I have seen pretenders in North America. And these brothers, walillahi alhamd, and this is not to glorify them or to raise them beyond their level, but just to be straight and to be frank, this is how I see them, and I do not see from them any falsehood or any form of false pretentious behavior. I see from them that they wish to thrive upon the book and the sunnah, so aid them in that path. May Allah reward you. وجزاكم الله خيرا وسبحانك وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.